All right, so this week we're going to piggyback off of the recent Lunch and Learn John just did on qualified charitable distributions, or QCDs, and go a little bit deeper on how they can really impact in a positive way your gifting plan along your life journey. All right, so John, this October we did our recent Lunch and Learn around qualified charitable distributions. This is one that we see impacted by anybody who has a pre-tax IRA and anybody that gifts money. And why don't you talk about a QCD, what that is, and we can kind of get into the nuts and bolts of it.
Yep, so QCD is a qualified charitable donation, which basically means if where you're holding your IRA at, so with us it's Charles Schwab. If Charles Schwab sends the check directly to the non-for-profit of your choice, qualified 501c3, you can basically take that off of your income. So you don't want it to go to you first and then to the charity, but if it goes from Schwab directly to the charity, you get a huge tax benefit from the standpoint, you get to save on taxes and you get to reduce your taxable income. And so it's a great way to gift tax efficiently.
Okay, so anybody who has a pre-tax IRA out there, when you turn 73 right now, it used to be 70 and a half, you have to take a certain amount of money out of your IRA each year vis-a-vis a required minimum distribution. What's unique about this is that you can still at age 70 and a half, before your required minimum distribution age, you can still take money out of your pre-tax IRA, and if you're giving a lot of money, let's say to your church, like $1,000 a month, and you have a $14,000 annual required minimum distribution. If you want to give 12 of that 14 grand to the church, what you're saying is we can have your custodian, i.e. Charles Schwab, send a check annually, monthly, however you want to do this, directly from that pre-tax IRA to that charity of your choice. And that distribution amount that you give, that charitable amount, is never taxed. And that's
never taxed. So it comes right off income. And it's a great way to reduce your taxable burden going forward. And
that's fantastic. And then kind of thinking through that as well, we have this concept around in this office saying never gift cash. There's usually more tax efficient ways to gift, especially in the day and age where if you retire, if you're still charitably inclined, but you're not necessarily giving more than the standard deduction, you're kind of in this conundrum where you used to be able to itemize that charitable contribution as a deduction, and that may not be the case anymore. So what we're trying to think through, and there's multiple strategies to do this, but this is one that most of our clients, they are impacted by, is the concept of a qualified charitable distribution.
The RMD is going to increase your income. Like, at that point at 73, you're going to be taking out money whether you like it or not. And so if you're charitably inclined, it's a way to reduce that down. For people that are in the 70 and a half to 73 that are giving to the church regularly, giving to organization regularly, if you're getting income from your IRA in those periods and you're giving on a consistent basis, you're losing out value if you don't use a QCD, even during that particular age of your life as well.
Absolutely. And there's even another strategy we can talk about in conjunction with this. It's called bunching, right? So it's this idea of, hey, in any given year, I'm taking the standard deduction from a tax standpoint. So maybe take 5 years of contributions and bring them into one calendar year to gift, so that if you're at required minimum distribution age, you could essentially use the qualified charitable distribution and give 5 years in one fell swoop and really reduce your tax burden in one given year, right? So we're taking multiple ideas and putting them together.
I think this is just a way to make your pre-tax dollars in your IRA go a long way for charitable inclined people that they know they're going to be giving anyways.
Absolutely.
And obviously we don't give for a tax break, but we want to maximize whatever tax breaks are out there. So we're going to go through an example real quick of why a QCD is important. On the slide that's shown, Bob's got a gross income of about $122,000. He's got $80,000 taxable income. He's got $42,683 of RMDs required. So basically option one is he takes his RMD and gives cash to the organization he cares about for the year. His itemized deduction would be his RMD, so the $42,683, which then reduces his taxable income to $80,000. So that's option one, as opposed to using the QCD situation. And so in this scenario, Bob's adjusted gross income by using the QCD is $80,000. He gifted the $42,000 directly to the charitable organization. And so you can see that his now taxable income is just over $64,000. So in the scenario, you can see that it's now reduced his taxable income from what was $80,000 to just over $64,000 by using this strategy.
So, and at the end of the day, the outcome's the same. The charity's getting, of your choice, is getting the same income that you're giving. You're just giving and gifting in a more tax efficient manner. It's all about getting, creating better outcomes. The same outcome here, it's just there's one way to be more tax efficient than the other. And that's the whole part of the type of planning that we like to do here at 10 Capital.
Absolutely.
Hope this helps. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks all.
All right, so John, this December, we just did a lunch and learn.
October.
I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay.
You said October the first time, so
I did. Okay, my bad. All right.